Let's answer more of your questions. What's overset text? I mean the name. So overset text is actually an InDesign error. When I was working at the college newspaper and I was using InDesign, I would always get that because, before you export, there's a pre-flight check. Overset text just means that there's a box. So you have a text box and there's like text that's going outside of the text because the text box is too small. So you have to reshape the text box to fit all of the text. There's overset text. And that was like the error that I hate. And you would have to look through pages like where is the overset text at? That's the origin of overset text. So, okay, freelancing tips. 1, make work on social media. Unfortunately, that is one of the few ways people could find you. So make personal projects and post them online. That is the biggest thing. I think I said this in the last Q&A, but I'm going to say it again because it's really important. You need to make personal projects and post them. And just keep posting them. And then at some point, people are going to hit you up. I honestly think people with lower follower counts get more client work because you're less intimidating. But the problem with that is they will try to lowball you. But do not let them lowball you. Okay? Shit, fuck my phone. No, don't you hate it when your phone falls in the side of the car? Why did I decide to film it? It is, oh Jesus. Anyways, yeah, make personal projects. Abs.ashcraft asks, best ways to find jobs for freelancing, specifically merch design. You want to do merch design. Post merch design. Don't post things that you don't want to do. This also goes for portfolios. Don't show things in your portfolio that you wouldn't want to do for money. Because if somebody sees something in your portfolio or your profile and you didn't like doing that, and then they're like, can you do this? You're going to feel stupid because I actually don't enjoy doing that. But then now this person is hitting me up to do it. So if you want to do merch design, post merch design projects. Make that your big thing on your portfolio or your profile. And if another person asks about how much I charge, you should charge. This Raver asks, what is the best place to post designs in your opinion? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just still Instagram. I think that the best place to do it is still Instagram. I think people have good luck with, what's the Adobe one? Oh, Behance. Behance is the one. Behance. You could also try posting it on Behance, but I think Instagram and Twitter are still the best place to post your designs. I think I've been having a lot of success on Twitter as well. The more I post my design, I like to just talk on Twitter, but when I want to grow my audience, I just post my designs and they blow up. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm a better graphic designer than I am funny. It's like, not good. That's not good. That is the best place to post designs. And Behance if you want to post on there. But Instagram, Twitter, TikTok as well if you do slideshows. I think if you post a slideshow, your design and then another slide of just text, I think that's been working pretty well for people. So yeah, you should do that one. How to build audience. I don't know how to do that. Basically, my best advice for you is to just do what you love, because if you want to build an audience that actually loves you for you, you have to create stuff that is actually you. To build an audience, you have to create something that you like and your audience likes. There's a give and take in that, but you just need to do that. I think it's important to build an audience that actually likes you for you. It's easy to create content that's just kind of what's working on whatever platform you're doing. And that's fine and all, because, you have to pay the bills, especially if you're doing this full time. But I think you kind of lose your soul and you just won't have fun in your art if it's something that you have to do. And I feel like I'm figuring that out right now in my own life, where, especially this YouTube thing, where I'm just I thought I had to do a certain thing, but it just wasn't fun and it wasn't sustainable, because if you're not having fun with it, you won't do it. So you have to create stuff that you want to do, but also pays the bills. I don't know, to build an audience, from my experience, I was just myself. I just made what I wanted without really worrying about analytics. I feel like the more you worry about analytics, that's when it just doesn't feel good. Like, you worry too much about the likes and just, it's not really good for your mental health. So especially, and it's just not good in the long run. So to build an audience, I would say to you, just create work that you want, and the people who like you for you will come to you. They'll find you. Yeah. Moomin Bilbazy asks, any advice on doing the 365 days challenge? You need to remember that this is practice. This is for you to grow as an artist, as a graphic designer. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to challenge you a little bit. You just can't give up. I think there's something to discipline. I think it teaches you discipline. And you need to not be so afraid of... I think it's actually crazy because it's weird because the thing about the 365 is... Oh, it's too hot now. The thing about the 365 is it kind of doesn't make sense in a way that you're disciplined because you make one every day, but at the same time you have so much freedom with it and you could experiment and play around because you know you're going to make one every day. So why not try something new and see if it works? And I think what I've been feeling the impulse to, I remember I said this about these videos that I'm making during Designmas, where I'm, making a video every day. I am really triangulating the feeling of following your joy, following the fun. What's fun for you? What is fun and challenging and just kind of excites you? Like, things, sometimes it's hard to find those two at the same time. But I think you'll get sick of doing one or the other, but it strikes a balance, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta keep at it, because when we don't have a timeline, when we don't have a deadline, you kind of procrastinate and you just kind of aimlessly fuck around and it doesn't work. But you need some discipline. I think discipline or some accountability of what you want to do, because it's really hard to be motivated. Like, I've been unmotivated for a year right now, and it's hard. I'm gonna tell you that. But yeah, find the challenge and fun. You need to be either have... My goal when I was doing the 365, and I have a whole video about it, like how I designed it. Go watch that. But I think this is a more refined message where it's fun. Is it fun, or am I learning something new? So am I trying something new? I think those are the two things that you need to make sure that you're achieving at least one of the two. And obviously not doing too much of the other. Rayleigh Carver asks, do you think your personality/life experience affects your designs? Most of my design is this graphic design for me is just a form of self-expression. And I really enjoy, I think that's what I realized, is that I use graphic design as a form of self-expression. And I guess not a lot of people do that. I think it's crazy if your art form doesn't inform what you design. Like, a lot of the copy in my work, like all the text, is just things I think about. And what I've realized is I just want to do that in video form. Is I just want to convey my feelings and thoughts and opinions into the video. I've been doing a lot of self-reflection, guys. And what I've been finding out is, and I think this is a good question, because I just realized that a lot of my YouTube videos are not a self-reflection. It's not a reflection of who I am. It was a lot of just of other people that that's what I thought was going to work on for me, but it doesn't work for everybody. What works for some people doesn't work for other people. And what I realized is I don't want to do graphic design YouTube videos anymore. And I need to follow what inspires me, which is making whatever this is. Whatever this looks, it actually looks fucking cool, guys. See this? See this shot composition? Guys, I know how to fucking take photos. I know how to frame. See this? This is fun for me. This is fun. Composing the shot, editing this. That's I figured out where the fun is. But yeah, I think you need to find out. And I think that's where you draw your inspiration from, is like from your life. So, and I think it's very important that you go live your life to have inspiration for your work. I think I took this year as like a year off, kind of, because I was so drained from the 365 and 365 2 that I had nothing left to give you guys. I had nothing left to give. There's nothing to give. But now I'm recharged and I'm motivated to share work with you guys once again in this form. Is that fun? How does someone who isn't a designer nevertheless develop a good eye? Okay, the good eye, I think you need to just consume a lot of media, consume non-graphic design content, watch movies. I was actually a photographer before I became like a graphic designer. So I think I just learned by seeing. I've really emphasized this whole thing about a visual diet, okay? Visual diet. You need to, like recently I just saw the Godzilla film, the newest one, Godzilla -1, and I really liked how all the shots were composed. And as you can see right now, I'm trying to do that too. I'm trying to make well-composed shots. Look at this. There's a tree right here. Anyways, but you know what I'm saying. Like, this is... Yeah, and I want to do more of this on YouTube because, like, obviously it's a visual thing. It needs to be visually appealing. But to have a good eye, you just need to see, to look, you need to see. You need to see, okay? You need to absorb the world around you. Nature, even the trees. Like, sometimes I look at nature, or just sometimes I see something in the wild, like, and how, like, what the color is. And I'm like, oh, I could use that in my design. So you just develop a good eye by consuming a lot of media. Even the bad ones, so you can compare and contrast. Like, oh, this works, this doesn't. Why is that? Why doesn't it work? You know, so that is my advice. To have a good eye, you just need to look and study. Just look closely. It's being mindful of your surroundings, of things, of like, why does it look like that? And then as you do that more, you will just know it intuitively, like, oh, this looks good. Like for this shot right here, I kind of knew in my head, like, oh, this might look cool because of like the trees and shit, and like the blue sky going up, like a low angle. So yeah. Raj Jandu asks, how are you holding up? I'm okay. I think I've just been going through some things. Obviously, I think the situation in Palestine has like made me reevaluate a lot of things. It's just kind of horrible to see every day, and that's why it kind of made it meaningless to create stuff for a while. And I just needed to get back into it. And I think I'm just in a very transitory time in my life where I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I usually don't. Sometimes people don't know nobody knows what they're doing. But sometimes we have we know a little bit of a fraction of what we're doing, but then what if you don't like doing what you were doing before, or just want to try new things to do? And I think I've just been trying to find meaning in my work again, in a new format. I don't know. I think about this a lot. And I think I've been struggling with YouTube as well, where I just don't have I really don't have an identity on YouTube still. And I think that's what this is. I think what Designmas is an identity crisis in YouTube, because I wasn't having fun with the videos I was making. It felt like a chore to do. But the recent videos I've been making, especially the last 3 or so, like the chair video, the hour-long video, and certain parts of the other videos, I think I really enjoyed those parts. So how am I holding up to that question? Okay right now. I am okay. And I just, I like the overthinking, I get into my head. I overthink and just get into my head and just, I don't know what I'm trying to figure myself out. I'm figuring myself out. And I think that's what we're all trying to do, is figure ourselves out. Dogecore says, kiss me. Come right here to the camera. All right. JL Concept and Design asks, sometimes I feel like I'm cheating creating designs with stock photos. Any thoughts? Okay, the thing about stock photos is it's technically not cheating. You are licensing it. I think graphic design is unique in that we have a lot of history in that we have a lot of history in graphic design where we just kind of cut and paste and just arrange words and pictures. I think graphic design, especially in the corporate sense, that it's a very collaborative experience. Like, we use, like, one of the main things graphic designers have to use is the copy of a writer and the photos of a photographer. But if you're working on your own, you need stock assets for that. So I don't know. I don't think it's cheating. I think it's kind of like sampling. Think of it like sampling in music. I've said this before, but I feel like graphic designer is like the DJ of the visual world, because we take samples and we create something new with it. You know, like I think there's something, I don't know what it is about graphic designers or just visual arts, where we kind of feel awkward when we don't create everything and we just kind of use existing stock photos for our work. But what we don't feel that in sampling music, I think what you need to do with like sampling, I guess in music, maybe like any musicians out there can chime in, but I think you only feel that is when you feel like you didn't change it enough. Or like I could have a picture of a chair, but if I said something funny like on the top, and usually this is my like what I do is I say something funny with the chair, is the arrangement of words with the picture of the stock photo, and I create a new message with it. So I think the insecurity comes when I feel this too when I work sometimes, where like I don't feel like I did enough to this photo to justify. It feels like I'm depending too much on the photo, and I haven't transformed it enough to make it my own. So I understand that fear, but you shouldn't. You just need to figure out how to transform it enough that you feel better about it. Sterling Studio asks, do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, hoping to I don't know the rest of the words. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? So yeah, I do. I be feeling it right now. I be feeling it right now. I love you. I love you too. Karem Bloop says, we love your haircut, Pookie. Well, thank you. Thank you that you noticed. Thank you. Thank you for noticing my haircut. Does it look good, guys? Does it look good? Do I look fresh? Do I look fresh right now? Do I look funky fresh right now, bro? Karen Bloop also asks, what's your prescription? I don't know, but my prescription is fucked. Like, I'm so blind, guys. Like, I'm blind as a bat. Like, what if I just did the whole video like this? Like, I'm blind as hell. But this is the thumbnail right here. Graphic designer answers your questions, your burning questions. Renee.Rule asks, what was your inspiration behind the No More Thinking design? Funny thing about the No More Thinking design is that at that point, I think I actually made it on stream when I used to stream on Twitch. We built that on stream, and I think there's just a thing where I just don't like thinking, man. I'm an overthinker. That was the inspiration. I'm an overthinker, and I think the thing about my designs is usually like what would work on me. Like if I just saw a sign that said no more thinking, I think it's just funny to make nonsensical PSAs. Cause I don't know, I'm like, yeah, what if there was just a PSA thing that says no more thinking? And I'm like, oh yeah, that would be funny. But yeah, I built that on stream, or I made it on stream, and it was pretty, that was it. It's just, I'm an overthinker. It's a chronic problem of mine. It's a chronic problem where I just overthink, and I want to stop doing that. Obviously, I don't know how, because I still do it, but I'm trying to get better at it. I actually think too much thinking. Honestly, I want to make a follow-up poster to that, because some of you bitches are not thinking enough. So maybe you guys took No More Thinking too seriously. So you need to do a little bit of thinking, okay? A little bit of thinking would be good. But most of us need to overthink less and do more. Okay? And believe in yourself. David.Thomas asks, do you like your job? Graphic design matter? Do I like my job? I mean, my job is not even that real. My job is being a person on the internet, which is, I've always dreamed of doing that. But graphic design as a job, I don't like graphic design as a job. I mean, I enjoy graphic design, but it's like any job. There's some trials and tribulations. But I enjoy making funny stuff for you guys, and you guys buying prints, which is a great segue to my Patreon. Guys, please join the Patreon. I need your support. You can get a cool postcard. You see this? You can get one of these every month. And we're going to have the Discord. The Discord's fun. I love everybody who's in the Discord. You guys are the best. But yeah, I don't know. Does graphic design matter? No. I think it's fun. I think it's cool. I love graphic design though. I think it can help. I think in my line of work, I just want to use graphic design in any way I can. Because every medium that you use, every media that you use for your art it's just the vessel for a message. That's all I think of it. It's just a vessel. Like this video is a vessel to the message. Like I couldn't do a Q&A through posters. So I don't really, what I'm attracted to is just like media or art forms that I could use, art forms that I could have fun with. Because if you have fun with the process, it'll be easier to create the message. Like if you're having fun with the process, the end product will be fun, and people like fun. And then you could convey the message through the fun. Because that's how that works. Priya Jurasinski asks, what is Santa getting you for Christmas? $1 million. But what he's gonna give me is probably underwear and socks. I don't know why. I think at some point when you're like an adult, you kind of appreciate underwears and socks. When I was younger, I used to like, why did I get this? But now I'm like, please, I need underwear. I need socks. I'm running out of socks, guys. Please join the Patreon so I can buy socks. Let's Rock says, who is the best legend in the popular FPS Apex Legends? I haven't played Apex in years, but I used to be Diamond 1. You know what? I was a really big fan of, there was like some meme ones. Like, oh, you know what? Gibraltar, dude. Okay, Gibraltar, underrated legend. He used to suck, but when I played, they buffed his ult with the bombs. And I just love a little shield. I love him. He looks like he's a big boy representation. I always love that in games. I used to be an Apex Legends streamer, guys, on Mixer back in 2019. Does anyone remember Mixer? Guys, Mixer was a time. It was one of the times. But yeah, Apex, Gibraltar, and Pathfinder. Those are the people that I remember the most playing that game. Lovely MX asks, fave Filipino food? Hot take alert. Fave Filipino take, hot take alert. Well, I'm gonna say my Filipino food. I'm gonna say my hot take first about Filipino food, and then I'm gonna tell you my favorite Filipino food. They're all just kind of the same answer. I am tired of Filipinos who's like, oh, like, what's good Filipino food? And you guys say fucking adobo. You guys fucking say lumpia. Hey, don't get me wrong. Those are good. But let's give the non-Filipinos something to actually eat that isn't that shit. Because I'm tired of it, okay? I'm tired of that shit. You know what? The best underrated Filipino food that isn't really shown to other people, or that is, and it's my favorite, it's sinigang. Sinigang? Where's my sinigang at? Sinigang is so good. I love sinigang. Fuck, just thinking about it, that is so good, man. But yeah, sinigang is my favorite Filipino food. Underrated. Dude, fuck adobo, man. Adobo's over. Get that shit out of here. Get that fucking shit out of here. No more fucking adobo, okay? I'm not even a big fan of adobo. Like, oh, adobo. Oh yeah, lumpia. Hey, lumpia's still good, but let's give the people something else, okay? We are more than adobo and lumpia, okay? Little rant. Anyways, Snaky Flaky asks, do you think YouTube is a good resource for design learning? That's how I learned most of my graphic design, is just literally looking for tutorials. If I have an idea in my head, I'm like, okay, how do I do this? I just try to type it on YouTube, and chances are somebody's already done it and just posted to YouTube. I just want to shout out people who do. There are some graphic design tutorials that nobody's seen, and it's like the coolest thing, but salute to those people. Like, they're just doing it because they actually just want to share information. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about the internet that we kind of forget, is that it was a way to just freely share information. Like Wikipedia, that was crazy. You had to buy an encyclopedia set back in the day. Like, buying an encyclopedia set, that's crazy. And now we just have like all this information, and you just need to seek it out. But yeah, YouTube is a great place for graphic design tutorials. Oh yeah, I should shout out some go to Doronstudios. He's great at giving tutorials. Texture Labs, Brady Texture Labs. I think Maria Tokar also has some graphic design tutorials. And I don't know if I missed one, but if you have anybody in mind, link it in the comments. Shout them out in the comments. Merton III asks, opinions about going to college for graphic design. I think the best thing about school is the connections you make. You could go to graphic design school, but you could learn I'm pretty sure you could learn everything that you learn in design school on YouTube, YouTube University. But I think what you need to take advantage of if you're in college if you're in college right now, university, whatever, make the most of the community that you have. I think what I miss, and I think what people most miss when they graduate, is a community. Because especially in the United States, there's really no third place. And I think we are missing the sense of community that you have on a campus. And yeah, just live your life, have fun, make connections that isn't school. Remember, go talk to people, make friends, make lifelong friends. Make connections also for work, like your professors. That is really helpful. Just be social. I think what my advice is, go out there and meet people. That is the best thing about school, is that you could meet new people. Because guys, I work at home. I've met a new person in like weeks. I mean, I guess online I meet people all the time, but like in person, maybe it's so rare. So I don't know. Hello, I'm Gomez asks, how do you decide how to price your services? The same as your peers? Go to Burzletter's wage worksheet. There's a Google Doc that Burzletters has where people could submit how much they charge for things, and I've used that to kind of to gauge. Also, ask your peers. I usually ask my peers how much they've charged, because they've had experience with certain clients, and usually it's a good way to kind of see how much you could ask them. But it's always a negotiation. Honestly, that is the worst part of doing this, is all the negotiations for projects. It really is. I hate that part. That part sucks. But what are you gonna do? That's just part of the job. Spencer.Horton asks, is the graphic design life the one you wanted? No, honestly, is this what I wanted? Not really. Actually, well, you know what? I did know that I wanted to be like a person on the internet, like whatever I am now, with a lot of followers, guys. I always knew I was gonna be that. It just took a while, and I didn't know what form it would take. You know, like, I thought it would be doing dumb videos on video games. But maybe it could still be that. But I think what you guys need to realize is life is not very linear. There are some paths that take a long time to get to. So if you're feeling lost right now in what you're doing, I think you need to realize that a lot of people are lost and they don't know what they're doing. And just, we're figuring it out slowly. And the things that you think, you know what's funny is that things that I thought wouldn't come back actually does come back. Like things that you did about like your work. Because for example, what I really mean is, like, I was a photographer, right? Like my dream back then was to be a photojournalist and, you know, go on location and take photos. So I learned how to be a photographer, and I think I'm decent, and I got good. People say I'm a good photographer, but I kind of just fell out of love, especially when I tried doing professional work. It wasn't really fun, so I stopped. And then I got into graphic design, and that took off. I got a job doing, you know, design work, and then I started overset text, and I didn't even realize that, you know, graphic design would be the thing. Also before that, I was like editing YouTube videos, like silly YouTube. I had like an old channel when I was 13, and I used to edit. Like Team Fortress 2 videos. I used to edit gaming videos, and that's how I learned how to edit. And now it's all coming back. Like all the skills that I had, that like I built up over the years, I thought like, well, I guess I'm not gonna use this anymore. They're all coming back. So don't think that whatever you're doing right now isn't helpful for your life. I think it is. It'll always come back in whatever way, in whatever you're working on. Like, there's no such thing as a useless skill. But I think it's just funny that happened. I'm like, oh, now I'm using my photography skills. Like, I forgot that I had this. Like, I forgot I knew that. Because it really does make this process a lot more fun when I'm like, nice looking frame. Nice lighting, nice good. Like, I know how to do that. I just forgot that I knew. So yeah, that's actually a good segue into the next question. Hess_Sophie asks, do you ever think you'll get back into journalism? You know what, about the journalism thing, I do have a degree in journalism, guys. I've graduated with a degree in journalism. This is for people who are still watching, that's actually my plan with this YouTube channel, I think. I really enjoyed researching and creating an opinion, which is pretty much what you do in journalism. You research. I want to get into video essays about design. Well, not necessarily about design, but I want to explore graphic design issues and just comment on them and research it. And I think graphic design is just so insular, and we don't really think there's all these set rules that nobody questions, or where we're going I feel like graphic design is just so cocked. Like, we're just, well, yeah, AI, fucking let's go. But nobody thinks. I think this is what I mean about like having humanities in school. Guys, we gotta think about ethics and what this means for the world. Like, no industry is in a vacuum. I think I brought this up in the ethics video where if graphic design matters, then we need to think deeply about what we're doing in graphic design. If you think graphic design can change people's minds, then maybe we should be questioning the tools that we have, the companies that are very big in graphic design, and just knowing things. So I want to do that, and I've been kind of doing that It's Nice That with typography block. If you've seen those, I really enjoy doing those, and that really clarified for me like what I enjoy doing. But probably more of that stuff. So I guess I am going back to journalism, where I'm just gonna get really hyper obsessed with something and make a video about it. Kind of like with the signs video. The signs and the chair video are my two favorite things that I made this year. And I think that's where I need to head. Sorry guys, no more graphic design tutorials. Somebody asked, which is another segue into the next question. Jonathan MTS asks, can you do graphic design tutorials? Guys, I'm gonna be honest. Can I be honest with you guys? I'm gonna be real for a second. I'm gonna be real for I've been being real, but I'm gonna get even more real for you. Here, I'm gonna get closer to you. Okay. No, but I fucking hate tutorials. Guys, I have nothing important to share in terms of my design process. My design process is me talking. So if you want to know my design process, you just need to listen to what I'm saying. Because what my design process is informed by what I think about. So I guess you need to just listen to what I'm saying. Then I am giving you the keys through my words. That's what I've realized is that I don't like tutorials. I hate when the Photoshop screen pops up on a video from me. It sucks. Like when I'm editing and I see a Photoshop screen, it makes me want to. And that's why it was like it did not feel good to make videos this year. Most of it. I enjoyed it where I was talking, and I just needed to be honest with myself and that I don't like it when I do graphic design on YouTube or on stream. I don't have the technical skills, and it's not a fun place to be funny. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm letting you guys down that's what it is. I feel like I'm letting you guys down when I say I don't want to do graphic design anymore on YouTube. Don't get me wrong. I love graphic design. I love designing, but I'm not gonna do it on YouTube. I'm not gonna do it on Twitch. It's not fun. It's not fun to do that on there. It's like you know what it is? It's very personal for me. I enjoy my design time alone. Some things need to be gate kept. and I'm gonna gatekeep. It's not even that, guys. Watch all the videos that I've done with the Photoshop screen in there. That's all I do. I just fucking move. Like the goal with Designmas was, I'm gonna give you guys what I got in terms of graphic design content. This is all you're gonna get. Like I have nothing new to share after that, because this is everything. I'm gonna make a playlist like, here's everything I know about graphic design. Maybe I'll make that video too. Here's everything I know about graphic design. There you go. I don't want to touch. I don't want to give advice about graphic design anymore. Like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with graphic design videos. I'm done trying to teach you guys things. I'm a bad teacher, guys. I'm notoriously bad. Ask anybody who knows me in real life, when they ask me to explain to them something, I am very bad at it. I am not meant to be a teacher. But I am good at ranting and knowing stuff. I do know stuff. So I'll give you a tutorial on how to live life, on how to inspire you. What I want to do for you guys is, I want to inspire you guys to go make your shit. I want you to look at my work or whatever I do, and it's like, oh, if this fucking guy could do it, I could do it too. Whatever you want to do, I want to inspire you to do it. Because of how much fun I'm having, you could be having fun making your shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to do. I want to inspire you to make shit. Go make it. And I think I could do that by having the time of my life making these. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense? I just don't want no more graphic design tutorials. I'm done. I'm done with graphic design tutorials. I don't want to do it no more. I don't want to do it no more. No more. No. Okay. When will we get an actual meow? Please answer. Anyways, guys, that's about it for this video. Last question asked if I could meow. And you know what? Since it's the holidays, I'll give you guys a meow. All right, ready? Meow. What am I doing?